This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. I'm going to show you videos of Hoi An, Vietnam, as I discuss why I consider it an amazing place to retire cheap in paradise, but no need to take notes. Everything I say is in writing. Just click the link in the notes below this YouTube video to get Hoi An livability factors, cost of living, best area to stay, cheap flights, ancient city walking tour, beach tour, favorite markets, and Hoi An nightlife, and digital nomads in Hoi An life and food, and our best retire cheap in paradise locations in the world. This is our $1,200 a month retire in Hoi An, Vietnam post. Old Town Hoi An is a walkable city, and it dates back even before the 16th century when Europeans arrived in sailing vessels to trade with the Far East. The architecture and foods reflect an integration of East meets West, and the best of each rubbed off and called this home. There are tree-lined two-lane streets with flowers hanging from second-floor balconies and open street markets overflowing with fresh flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Young Vietnamese entrepreneurs grab a spot on the sidewalk and barbecue octopus and frog legs on wood-fired grills while people from all over the world line up with money in hand. People can try flavors that cost 5 times as much and are not as fresh at home. Old Town Hoi An, a UNESCO heritage site now protected for future generations. But you won't believe how close and beautiful the beach is also. Today we're talking about the exciting, culturally rich Hoi An, Vietnam. Hoi An, livability factors, walkability. If you lived in the Old Town area of Hoi An, everything you need is in walking distance. So I've given walkability a high ranking. Internet, high. The internet hasn't been an issue for me in Vietnam. We've been here about 2 months. Even on shared routers, I have been able to upload YouTube videos and have video calls on Skype. High. Okay, food, high. If you eat in the tourist restaurants, you'll pay about $4 to $6, even $10 a meal or more. But if you eat in the local restaurants, you'll average around $2 per meal, and the food is delicious. Okay, weather, medium. The average temperature year-round is 29 Celsius, which is 84 Fahrenheit. The hottest time is June to August, when it can max out at 38 Celsius or 100 Fahrenheit from time to time. The coolest time is November to January, with an average temperature of 20 Celsius or 68 Fahrenheit. The weather is moderate and dry from February to May. The rainy season is September to January. When it rains, it can even cause floods. Okay, things to do. Medium, kayak and boat rides, scooter and bicycle rentals. The Hoi An Full Moon Festival takes place every full moon. People exchange flowers, candles, and lanterns for good fortune. People float candles in the small containers on the river. A beautiful beach is just a 6-kilometer bicycle ride away. There are 4 museums in Hoi An and 10 art galleries. You can dance the night away and get up in the morning and go do yoga. Grab the bus to Da Nang for $2 or a minivan to a hill station called Da La for $11. I've labeled Hoi An as medium for things to do, but if you prefer a smaller town atmosphere, this has many things to do for a smaller town. In that case, I would label it high. Social considerations, medium. There are many English speakers in Da La, in Hoi An, but you'll need to pick up some Vietnamese to really feel integrated here. Expats, high. For a town this size, the expat community in Hoi An is fairly well organized. For example, there are a number of Facebook pages that answer questions and have rental properties, tell where to find stuff, and answer questions about visa runs. Vietnam has the easiest visa run system in Southeast Asia. Okay, real estate, high. We do not recommend buying in Vietnam until you have lived here at least 3 years. There was a small 2-bedroom house for sale in a great area of Hoi An today for 4 billion dong, which is about 45,000 US. It's a This is a local type house. This is not an expat house. So it's a moderate house. I'll include a picture for you on the webpage. Okay, rents for a one-bedroom apartment. They start at around $350 US near the city center with utilities included on a 1-year lease. Okay, medical low. Historically, wealthier Vietnamese could often travel to Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, or Singapore for significant healthcare challenges. But over the last decade, Vietnam has slowly been raising their game medically. If you get sick in Hoi An, there's a link here for a doctor that people have recommended online. If something serious happens or you need a specialist, take a taxi to Da Nang and visit the hospital we're recommending here on the webpage, link provided. Read our Da Nang post if you want to know why we recommend this hospital. We have a friend who's had some experience. Pollution. High. The air was great when we were in Hoi An, so pollution shouldn't be much trouble for you. This web page shows the air as moderate, link provided. Today it has about the same air quality as San Francisco, just to give you an example. If you're finding any value here, could you please like it or comment, subscribe, or share? Your simple act of kindness will move us up in the Google and YouTube search rankings, so our business grows faster. If you'd like to learn how to fire your boss and live in paradise for peanuts, grab a free copy of my ebook, How to Fire Your Boss and Travel the World. Okay, Hoi An, cost of living. There's a table on the webpage. It shows costs of rents, meals, local transportation, just those 3 items. For low, medium, and high, examples of what a low restaurant or medium or high would be, accommodations spread over various ranges, and then over a 30-day period. The estimates run around from 500 to around 800 a month for a single person, and that's for somebody cheap like me. You could easily spend 1,000 or 1,200 a month here, even more if you have expensive tastes. This estimated cost of living for 1 month for one person as a temporary visitor, it only includes rent, 2 meals per day, and local transportation. I usually eat oatmeal for breakfast in my room, so I don't count that. For a full understanding of what it would cost you to live here, visit Numbeo, Hoi An, and add any items that you spend money on that we don't have than those 3. Rent, food, and transportation. Never move anywhere until you've visited personally to verify the living costs of your lifestyle and needs. I'm not guaranteeing these prices. These are just my notes and estimates from the time of my visit here. Your costs will likely be drastically different depending on your lifestyle and the time since this post. As I say, the above numbers are for one person. They do not include alcohol, tours, or extra. And here is a report explaining how the table works, link provided on the webpage. If you buy anything using our links, such as flights, tours, or accommodations, you'll pay nothing extra, but will earn a small commission. Your kindness will encourage us to keep making these travel guides and videos. Okay, best area to stay in Hoi An. Here are a few suggestions. They're on the webpage. There's a high-end, pricey, amazing hotel, short walk from Old Town. It's on the river. It was on my running path. That's how I saw it. So I'm providing you a link to that. There's a mid-range stellar hotel, pool, and great secluded location. And then there's where we stay. Great location and price with breakfast included. We were paying about $18 a night. And then there's a well-rated hostel here if you really want to go cheap. That's $6 or $7 a night. And then there's a link to an Airbnb here. It's where we might stay next time we come. If we stay for a month, we'll want to cook. When we stay longer than a few days, we'd like to have a kitchen. If you're new to Airbnb, use this link provided to get a big discount. Okay, cheapest flights or bus to Hoi An. We almost always get our cheapest flights on Skyscanner, link provided. They have a web crawler that is constantly looking for the cheapest prices all over the world. However, we got to Hoi An from Da Nang by bus. The bus cost 30K dong, which is about $1.35, and took about 40 minutes with stops along the way. We caught the bus in Da Nang at this bus stop, link provided, but you can catch it at any stop along the route to Hoi An. Just open Google Maps on your smartphone, put in Hoi An as your destination, and click the bus icon. Google will lead you to the nearest bus stop. Hoi An, Ancient City Walking Tour. There's a video here of our walking tour in Hoi An. I walk you by each place, take you through it, and give you a quick idea of what's interesting about it. And then there's a link here for a map. You can take this yourself. I won't go over each of these stops, but it's an amazing, beautiful old town. You really need to come enjoy it. And the information starts around the 16th century. So it's very old and very important to Vietnam, and it's the world's favorite city in Vietnam. Next up is Hoi An Vietnam Beach Tour. There's a beach tour here. You can click the link, watch the video. You can reach Am Bang Beach from Hoi An Old Town in about 12 minutes by taxi for 87 K Dong, $3.75. It's an amazing way to spend an afternoon. The beach is clean, and you can get a free thatched palm umbrella plus beach lounger for free, so long as you order food or drinks from the adjacent restaurant. That was the condition when we were there. Better ask before you start ordering. Even if you have to pay, they only rent for about $2 to $3 per person per day. When we were in Anang Beach, the beers were 25K or $1.10 US, and meals ranged from about 70K to 130K Dong, $3 to $6. Some try to charge, so make sure it is clear before you sit down and order. They try to charge for the palm and the chair, palm umbrella. Move along until someone's able to communicate clearly the terms with you. We just walked out of our hotel, flagged a taxi, and we took them to this beach. Showed them on the map, link provided here. You can do the same thing. Hoi An favorite markets. There's a video here on the webpage of our favorite markets in Hoi An. Watch the video. If it looks fun, click it and take the tour. The videos, there's a Google map here. All of our maps are Google for that matter. And some are night markets, some are day markets, and some are both. Watch the video and take the tour if it looks fun. There's fruit and vegetable markets, clothing, restaurants, and non-perishable. There's food stalls at night and food and carts for souvenirs. And the big market are all on the tour. Hoi An nightlife walking tour. We take you on a video on a walking tour, and there's a map here. Just click and walk if it looks fun. We take you through the various kinds of music and types of bars. There's a 60s top 40 cover band bar. There's a current top 40 bar. There's a dance club, current top 40. There's a acoustic coffee house jazz. There's a reggae tavern. There's a hip hop boom boom music place, and then there's a funky monkey music mix place. And then along the river, the last stop on the tour is where the locals drink and talk. They're too smart to pay $1 or $2 for a beer, so they buy at a little market here, and they sit in all these chairs along the river, and they pay 75 cents per beer. All of that's on the walking tour. Just click the link, watch the video. Digital nomads in Hoi An, food and life. Chung Hoi and I take you through Hoi An, and we eat at about 6 or 8 different places, and we tell you which ones are our favorites, and you get to watch us eat, and we tell you what things cost, along with our you get to see our room also. So watch the Digital Nomads Food and Life video on the webpage. Also there's a link to where I run along the river, and a link to all of the restaurants that we mentioned. Then there's some interesting facts about Hoi An here. The Cham people controlled this area of Vietnam between the 7th and 10th centuries, when their wealth accumulated from the spice trade. By the 16th century, Hoi An had become an international trading post for Chinese, Portuguese, Dutch, and Japanese. Hoi An was divided by a Japanese bridge, with the Japanese living in a settlement on one side of the bridge. The Cham Empire stretched from Hoi, which we visited 3 weeks ago, to Nha Trang. The spiritual capital of Cham was Mai Sang. 𝐂𝐡𝐤 was the political capital, and Hoi An was the commercial capital for the Cham people. By the 14th century, the Cha had started moving further south towards Nha Trang. The Cham used waterways to trade with Laos and Thailand. In 1535, the Portuguese explorer Antonio de Ferreira tried to establish trading with Hoi An, then known as FIFO. But Hoi An was officially established as a trading port by Lord Nguyen in about 1595. The Nguyen lords had more interest in international trade than did the Trinh lords of northern Vietnam. By the 18th century, Hoi An was considered the greatest trading port in all of Southeast Asia by Chinese and Japanese merchants. Asian ceramics from Hoi An were discovered in ancient shipwrecks in Egypt and Sinai. The trading capital of Vietnam was moved from Hoi An to Da Nang when the mouth of the harbor became full of silt from years of heavy rain. In the 19th century, Emperor Ghilang repaid his French allies for helping him reunite all of Vietnam by giving them exclusive rights to international trade. After the international trade ended, Hoi An became largely lost to international history for about 200 years. Hoi An was revived in part by a Polish architect, who I'm not going to try to say his name, but it's on the webpage here, that was instrumental in saving Vietnam's cultural heritage in the post-war years from about 1980 until his death in 1997. The Polish architect was also credited for his work saving Hoi An, Hoi and Mai Son. His work included clearing landmines before monument recovery. Those would be landmines from the Vietnam War. Okay, please subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, or Fire Your Boss and Travel email list, links provided, or our members-only Retire and Live Cheap library of ebooks, and watch us move around the world. 65 countries so far. Present moment awareness. If you're interested in the subject of present moment awareness, my new videos are posted on a different YouTube channel, Present with Vagabond Buddha. You can also download my free ebook on the subject, I Am Happy, an owner's manual for the human mind. This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. Thank you for reading our Retire in Hoi An for Cheap guide or listening. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner?